And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of the Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host Jonathan. Once again, bringing you my thoughts and review for last night's episode of Batwoman, Season 1, Episode 7. We're coming down to the wire, people. We're literally almost to the crossover. It's almost here. If you saw that new promo trailer for all the shows, that was bonkers. If you haven't seen it, go check that out because that was insanity. So, let's talk about Batwoman. Batwoman, to this week's episode of Batwoman, and by the way, spoilers, if you haven't caught up. Very good episode. It was very character-driven, mostly, of this episode. You didn't get enough, we didn't get a lot of Batwoman doing Batwoman things. It was more about, going deeper into her relationship with, the other girl, Sophia, I believe it's either Sophia or Sophia, either way. Basically, when they were in the military, military camp together, trying to become military soldiers, and of course, they're both gay, and they both were in a relationship, and they kind of got caught, and they pretty much were about to get kicked out of the academy, until Sophie decides, this wasn't my intention, I made a mistake, blah, 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 and of course, Kate feels like, whoa, why'd you, kind of did that, we finally got the pieces of why they broke up so suddenly. It's because Sophie, she's not very comfortable expressing who she really is in front of other people. You know what I mean? She's not too sure if she's really, if she's bi, being with both, men and women, because she is married now to a man in the show, or she really still is in love with Kate. She always has to be a certain type of person, especially around her family, because they all expect her to be this perfect person, disciplined, all that, because she was a soldier. And now she works for the Black Wings department, which is Kate's father's, military soldiers that he has in Gotham City, which is like the police force. So we got to see that. That was pretty interesting. It really does show how Sophie's like I said, she's a very cool character. I like her so far. I just feel like she needs to express herself more. She needs to get out of that too shy, territory that she's in, and just embrace it, like how Alex does in Supergirl, where Alex, she's a lesbian. She finally embraced that she was, and then she liked the girls, and then we know where she is now. Same thing with Sarah on Legends of Tomorrow. She embraced it, and look where she's at now, having the time of her life. A little crazy, but still a time of her life. I hope that happens with Sophie. I feel like her character really needs this little push. But I think she'll get there eventually. And of course, we got to see like a scene in the episode where, a manager of a restaurant kind of felt uncomfortable that they were two women, engaging in romance, having a dinner together, which is very bizarre and weird. That's a thing that actually happens with people nowadays, because it's not right. People should be able to be whoever they want to be with, I guess. So, have at it. But it's very weird for that to happen. The one thing Kate was like, oh yeah, fine, we're just gonna leave. If you're gonna, criticize my shoes. He was criticizing her shoes, but really saying that, yeah, we don't feel comfortable having two women having a romantic dinner together. Just, you guys need to leave. That was very weird. The fact that, first of all, Kate should have knocked his teeth out. That would have been hilarious to see. And of course, Sophie still feels embarrassed, still feel very uncomfortable that she's not expressing who she is. I feel like she knows who she is, but she's afraid to tell everybody or shout it off at the rooftop that she is who she is, a lesbian, or maybe even bi. Could be that way. I mean, Sarah from Legends is kind of, I think, bi, but she's also been, I say she's more bi, but more lesbian, because she's been with Ava so much, but who knows? They always go back and forth with her with that one, so, it's very confusing. I know, I get it. But, I think, like I said, as time goes on, and hopefully this season, this series goes more, maybe she'll break up with her so-called husband. Even her husband was questioning the fact that, oh, why do you keep hanging out with, looking for Batwoman? Because she was also, at that point, looking for Batwoman, and try to prove that Kate is Batwoman. Of course, she found out Kate wasn't Batwoman because of one of her friends came back from her past, who Bruce told her to keep an eye on her, came on, pretend to be Batwoman, so that way Kate can keep her secret to keep Sophie safe. So, like I said, very cool episode. You know, like I said, more driven, character-driven episode. And of course, we got to see a little bit of Alice doing her thing, making her little mouse, her little brother, I guess, as she calls him. I guess feel more comfortable in his skin. And now he's putting on masks of her father, so we got to see that. So I think they kidnapped him. So now he's in charge of the whole team that he runs. So that's gonna be interesting seeing what that goes through moving forward. But we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. And hopefully the crossover stuff for Batwoman starts to happen. I feel like they're building up to the episode of last year's crossover where they first meet Batwoman. I think they're leading up to that before she starts tying into the crossover. That's my guess of where, you know, why we haven't gotten any references to the crossover yet in Batwoman, you know, or even in Supergirl. But I think that's what they're doing. They're leading up to that crossover from last year when they first meet Batwoman, and then that's going to lead into her being a part of the crossover for this year. But it's just a guess, but who knows. Like I said, I thought the episode was pretty cool. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode, and stay tuned for more. Thank you very much, and have a good day.